my prediction in the last podcast was that Norman Reedus was going to walk on stage and puke up a baby as it was going, yeah, or something.
Hey, it's time for the VGBits Bitcast. It is June 21st, a Thursday recording of the Bitcast this week. And we're down a person right now. He's going to be coming sliding into the door, well, I don't know, maybe in the next 15 minutes or so. We'll have to see how that pans out.
He's just invisible.
That'd be creepy. Is the chair invisible too? Anyway, I am your host this week, Daniel, and of course, I am always joined by the invisible burrito himself, TJ. Cody is joining us, and Michael.
Hello.
Hello.
It's going to be probably a short one this week. It has been very busy, and I apologize for no podcast last week. Technical difficulties, which have kind of crept over into this week. So, yay. There will be formatting to be done very soon.
We will squash all the bugs.
I'm going to be buying another hard drive. That's what I've got in my future. More storage.
Oh, that's pocket change.
Yeah, right. Do you know what a 1 terabyte hard drive costs right now?
Last time I looked, it was about $40. $50 maybe?
A 1 terabyte solid state hard drive?
Oh, you're going solid state. Never mind.
Yeah, have to.
Yeah. Okay, well then you're looking at probably what? $400?
$237.
Oh, that's cheaper than I thought.
Yeah.
They've gone down in price.
I tell you what, there's a 4 terabyte out there that's $1,011 right now. Can be yours. Just $1,011.
Mm-mm.
Just pop that
That's a third of my tuition.
It is expensive. I cannot wait until solid state hard drives come down in price. One day.
Me too.
Nevertheless, boy, this week, we are at the tail end of E3 now. Actually, E3's been over for 4 days. We've got to see all the press conferences. We've got to see what we were right and what we were wrong about in predicting things. And I will eat crow on one thing. I said Microsoft would not come to the table with anything, and they lie. Boy, I was wrong.
Either came out with at least 2 things, right?
Microsoft came to the table with 50 games.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 30, what was it? 37 of them were world premieres, and 13 of them were exclusives to Xbox.
Dang.
Yeah.
I have a list of things I'm going to talk about during the news,
Okay.
and my Microsoft section is the longest.
There's no lie. They put out some stuff at that E3. There's a lot of it that I was excited about. I am
Hopefully some good stuff.
well, I tell you.
Oh, there's some good stuff in there.
There's
Alright.
there's a game that I kind of want to talk about just because of some of the trailer that I was watching during the Xbox conference, but or whatever you want to call it, but we'll touch on that in a minute. Let's go ahead and let's talk about what we've been playing, what we've been doing this week. I guess I'll go ahead and kick this off because for me it's kind of been back end stuff. I've got myself basically I have myself a portable office now, so I can start doing editing on the road.
Nice.
I went and spent more money. Hooray. And got yeah. I bought a laptop. Specifically, this laptop, though, is also for what I do for work as well. So, which is kind of one of the things where it's gotten to a point where it's like, I actually need to use this at work now because I can't use my stuff at work because there's not enough to go around. Specifically, I'm talking about licenses of a engineering software called SolidWorks. They don't have enough licenses at work, and I've got to do my work, and I have a private license, so I'm using my private license at work just so I can continue to work.
Yikes.
Yeah, well, life.
Well, at least you're still working.
Yeah, that's
at least
true.
you got 40 out, hopefully 40 plus hours a week.
There's always 40 plus hours a week. There's never not been. That's for sure. What I've been playing, I actually had an opportunity, Cody, play a little bit of Hearthstone with you.
Yeah.
That was actually really, really fun. I forgot.
Glad you had fun.
I forgot how much I enjoyed that game, and then I started sitting there and going back and looking, and I was like, man, I could drop a couple $100 into this game, and I'm right back into it. I start I'm like, I can play ladder again. I climbed the ladder for no reason at all.
Have you spent any money on it?
I have not. I haven't had an opportunity to. I haven't been home since the last time we talked. So
I will still tell your girlfriend on you if you start spending exorbitant amounts of money on it.
I will not spend money on Hearthstone, but I will spend dust, and we have. And one of the neat things that they've incorporated recently is now you can borrow decks from people. Yes. So if you crafted a deck, like any of the newer decks or any of the older decks, somebody who doesn't have the cards, you can let them borrow that deck, which is, we tested that out, and that kind of worked out really well.
Yeah, I got you down to 1 health and did math wrong and then died.
Yep. You always, you have to count and control a board, and I had 13 from hand. Perfect. Actually, I had more than 13 from hand, but...
Yeah, it was
overkill. I top decked Cold Blood, and it gave me +4 onto one of my guys, and I was like, extra death. I may have to play that rogue deck a little bit more. That's actually kind of interesting. I'm trying to feel it out, see if it's more control or more burst. I haven't quite. I mean, I've only played one game, but I'm trying to.
Yes, your door did just open.
There's nobody there.
It's ghosts.
I don't think it was shut all the way, was it?
It wasn't.
Spooky ghosts.
Well, if I die or disappear, you guys know what happened.
Video camera feed suddenly cuts off.
Blip. No. We can fix that anyway.
God, that would be terrifying.
I would have at least expected like a dog. There's not even a dog.
It'd be like
all I can say is at least it's not under the sea.
This happened once during a Let's Play I was doing on my YouTube. I actually still have it up. I was Let's Playing a scary game called Tattletale.
Oh, yeah.
I was Let's Playing that game called Tattletale, and my door opened up behind me, and there was nobody at home. Everybody was asleep, and I edited it to make it like the screen is all shaking and going red. and I'll have to show you that, but I don't know what the heck that was.
By the way, not to scare you, a very, very dark black amorphous blob just kind of flew by the top of the door in the back while I was watching, just while you were talking,
Just now?
Just like a minute ago or so.
I didn't see it.
No! I'm sorry, everyone.
I'm okay.
Yay, he's back.
I'm okay.
All right.
Glad you're safe. But yes, you should definitely play the deck more, build more. That way I can play with you, and I'll try and build more, and maybe we'll put some stuff out of me sucking, and
we'll do some recording. Maybe we actually do a little streaming of playing Hearthstone.
Yeah,
I think that would be fun.
Trying to break me out of the other games that I've been addicted to lately.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, since we're kind of talking about that right now, why don't you go ahead and let us know what you've been playing, what you've been doing, huh?
Well, I have been playing plenty of D&D. I've ran at least one game a week, which has been nice. Finally got my party to their technically first dungeon, and one of them cannot figure out how to break open a barrel.
What?
Yeah, it's a banded barrel that's sealed shut, and he keeps rolling too low on strength to be able to actually break it open. So he's attacked it with a crowbar, with spearheads. The barbarian walked up and just like tapped it, was like, "Well, can't open it. We're moving on," because they don't want to bother with it. But
you're like, "There's an important quest item in there. You should do this."
Well, there is stuff in there, but we'll see. But aside from that, thanks to Skid, I've been playing a lot of Subnautica. In fact, let me pull up Steam real quick and let's look at the hours that I've spent in it already. I've got 18 hours total,
Ooh.
and I've played it 3 times.
3?
3 times.
Oh, you've played in. I thought you like played it through 3 times. I was like, what
Oh,
the heck?
no.
No.
I've played 3 sessions
You've had 6-hour sessions in.
each time.
Wow. Now, I know Michael's been telling me a lot about this game, and I have not done anything yet because I'm lazy. What is your opinion of Subnautica? Because we know Michael's opinion. Michael loves this game.
So Subnautica, when I first saw it back in like early access when it was coming out, I was like, oh, it's just another survival crafting game that's open world and you have to try and survive. And it sounded kind of dumb. And I was like, underwater, I don't want to do that. It sounds really stupid. And I never really looked back at it or checked it out again until recently when I was told it had a story. And I was like, okay, it might not be a bad game. I just never took the time to actually look at it. And I think it was the last podcast when Skid mentioned it. He went ahead out and picked it up for me, gifted it to me on Steam. And I was like, well, as soon as I finish Metal Gear Solid 5, I'm going to play it. I beat Metal Gear Solid 5. The next day or like a couple days later, because I think it was on the weekend, I picked it up and immediately started streaming it and did not put it down until 6 hours later.
That good, huh?
Yeah, I looked at the clock. It was like, oh, it's been 2 hours. Looked at it again about an hour later. All right, 3. I should probably stop soon, get some food. Blink, and the next thing I know, it's been 6.5 hours, and it's 9 o'clock at night, and I need to go to bed. But
Man.
He said he went. I remember him telling me the next day when he was streaming. He told me, or he told the stream that he fell asleep thinking about playing Subnautica.
Yep. I fell asleep thinking about exploring and where to go and what the story's about and like all the things that I figured out and the things that I started making and
that, and like there was a major event that like popped up and a timer was going on the screen for something, and he was like, what is this? I'm super interested. And he didn't want to quit, but he was like, all right, I gotta. He forced himself to quit.
Yeah, I was like, if I keep going, I'm gonna be up all night. I'm gonna be trying to figure out what's going on. I was like, I can't do this. I gotta go to sleep. And I had this like itching feeling that the event that was gonna happen was not gonna be like the end all be all that it seemed like it was going to be, but that it was going to be a big catastrophic event at the same time.
Ooh.
And so I had my predictions right about that, but I did not realize just how right I was going to be. And then it comes and goes, and I'm just like, well, I guess we're continuing on.
It's a game that I feel it would be neat with multiplayer, but it doesn't need it.
No, it doesn't.
It holds up really well in single player, and I'm glad that that's where they focused, is the story and the gameplay and the core of it.
Absolutely. However, I will say, if someone finds a way to either mod it or if the developers decide to throw it in and allow at least 2 or 3 people to play, I would be all over that.
Yeah.
I would I don't even want it to be like a server where you can have multiple people building at once. I just want like 2 or 3 people to play with, and that's it.
Agreed.
And it would be a fantastic multiplayer game.
Wasn't it at one point going to be a multiplayer game?
I don't think so.
Maybe
I don't think I've heard. I haven't read the news lately, but
well, I'm talking about a
what
long time ago in the past.
No, not that I know of.
Maybe I'm misremembering against something else.
Oh, apparently there is a co-op mod.
Oh wow, look at that.
I just googled Subnautica multiplayer to see if there had been plans of it, and the first headline I see is co-op mod approved by the devs, August 10th, 2017.
How many devs are there?
At least 7.
7 devs. We have 7
Well,
devs.
there you go. There's a co-op mod.
All the devs.
See, I didn't know about that. So
That's worth
I'm
looking
gonna
into.
be looking
Then.
into this. Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
So Subnautica is getting a shining review from you. Then.
Oh, without a doubt. If so, a lot of people made this game sound like it was going to be like super scary and horror.
Yeah.
And like, big beasties coming at you out of the darkness and just swallowing you whole.
Yeah.
I'm 18 hours in. I don't know if that's a thing or not. It
Yay.
sounds like it's a thing because I have somehow managed for the 18 hours to stay out of the depths and the shadows and have mostly stayed in the light.
And the shallows.
Yeah. But oh, look, a chair. Look at that handsome devil.
This is what comes out of the depths, by the way.
I am here.
Welcome.
I have arrived.
But
Coming in hot.
But yeah, so I think I have finally reached a point in the game where I have to actually start exploring deeper and in the dark. And today on my stream I had my first endeavor to I think it was about 1,800 or 2,000 kilometers out in very dark reaches, and I think it was only like 200 or 300 meters down. I think it was 250 meters down, but it was like pitch black. I turned the lights off on my my scouting sub, and all I saw were glowing fish and glowing fauna.
Anglerfish?
I don't know if any of them were anglerfish, but then something hit me and pushed my sub, and I panicked. And something knocked. It happened twice, and the second time I saw what it was, and it got my sub down to about half health, and I was like, I'm not having this.
That's not something to take lightly, by the way. The sub is huge in the game.
Yeah.
This is the smaller
about?
sub.
Oh, you're talking about the okay, got it.
Yeah, I'm talking about the smaller sub, the
That
scouting
thing.
sub.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, nothing. As far as I know so far, nothing has hit the bigger sub yet to hurt it to a point where I'm like, but I did take that out at the end and then realized that because I didn't realize that one of the items you get works at any depth past where you're stuck at. So like I thought after like 300 or 400 meters, my oxygen would deplete faster, but apparently that's not the case. So I thought it had a limit as well, but apparently it's a limitless thing. So I can dive as deep as I want, but my ships can't. I didn't realize that. So I had taken the big sub out there with another vehicle that you can use that doesn't have the maneuverability of the other subs. And I was like, if I go down there, I'm going to be stuck and I'm not getting that back. I'm going to turn around and go get the other sub. And then when I turned around, I was like, oh, it's almost 6. I got to get going because the podcast was starting soon.
Boo.
Yeah.
Well, then someone was late.
Yeah, but you made it, so that's all that
I did
matters.
make it.
Yeah, you're here, and that's all we care about.
I drove real fast.
100.
A couple times. You gotta get around a lot of lines of people. There's a 2-lane highway that all the way here, and it's the
100,
worst.
100 kilometers per hour, of course.
No, I ain't scared.
Like, come give me.
Well, we're very glad you made it. But aside from that in Hearthstone, that's all I've been playing and doing, and let's move on.
All right. Michael, what you been playing lately, and what you been doing?
I haven't been playing too much. I played a little bit of Final Fantasy 14 online today.
Wee.
Because
on
that's a
PC.
fun game. I enjoy it. Yeah. I did try out Game Dev Tycoon a little bit, and that's a fun little time waster.
Didn't that come out a long time ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fairly old game.
Okay. I was wanting to make sure there wasn't a
picked
new one that came out.
No, I just picked it up to try it. It's just something I wanted to try.
I played that a while.
What else did I play? That is a good question. Here I am bringing up my Steam to look.
Dun dun dun. While you're looking at that right quick, I think somewhere, maybe, possibly, there is a free game today on Steam.
Oh yeah, what was that?
Swords
I think it's
and
called, Swords and Soldiers.
yeah,
something
Swords
like
and Soldiers,
It's like a side-scrolling RTS type thing.
something like that.
Apparently, it's really good.
Got high
On
praise.
Steam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that. On Steam.
So
yeah.
go check that out, people. Well, no, too late.
it won't be
It's
free
already-
by the
It won't
time.
be free anymore. Hopefully, you got it, people.
Hopefully
Oh.
you got it.
I mean, it's
No.
only $2 right now, but
Yeah, that's all. I haven't been playing much at all. I've been mostly focusing on work and stuff for a convention I'll be going to later next month.
ooh, where can they find you?
I'll be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So
Land of the Steelers.
Steelers.
I did not want to offend the Pittsburgh people. They'd be like, "We're not the home of the other team that sucks."
TJ would come in land of the Browns. Oh wait,
You can never go wrong with saying the Penguins.
I was gonna say the Eagles. That's what I was afraid of saying was the Eagles.
If you would have said the
Eagles.
Eagles, that'd be Philadelphia,
Yeah.
and then Philadelphia would throw rocks at you.
yeah.
yeah.
I got very excited for a moment because I was like, oh, "You're gonna be near me," and then I realized you're still like 3 or 4 hours away.
Yeah. That's still pretty close.
That is still pretty close.
Closer than right now.
That's true.
That is true.
We'll fix that
But
eventually.
that's it for me. That's all.
Hmm.
That's what I haven't played much this week, so
Okay. All right, TJ, coming in hot off the road, man. What you been playing? What you been doing?
Oh man, I didn't play much. I've still been playing. I'm trying to beat Fire Emblem Warriors,
Ooh.
which man, that story is not great. Oh, okay, that's not fair. The story is really good. I mean, it's a Fire Emblem game, and like I talked about it on podcast like a long time ago when it first came out.
Yeah.
It's still a solid game, but like they get you into scenarios where you're fighting people, and there's just like, I don't know. I figure if we would have just talked this out, we'd have been okay. But if you want to fight our armies together, all right. Like, I'm gonna spoil this. The game's been out for a while, so no one cares. But there's one point where you're it's the two factions from Birthright and Conquest, and there's two story arcs. So one of your characters goes for one faction, the other character goes to the other faction. They're exactly the same story. Like, the scenarios are exactly the same. They're like, oh, hey, look at you. We found you. We'll help you. And then their brothers or sisters show up. They're like, how dare you attack or kidnap our friend or a sister? And then they attack you. You're like, all right, whatever, dude. So you fight them. And then you go to the next person, and they're like, oh, no, you've kidnapped our sisters. All of them. How did you do this trickery? Fighting. And then the last one, it's like, I need help. And we're like, we're here. And then you're like, okay, that was convoluted. Then you go to the next story arc, and it's the same thing, just with different people. You're like, whatever. But otherwise, the game's a lot of fun. I still enjoy it. I mean, it's if you like Warriors games, it's a fun Warriors game.
So it was more or less right click copy, right click paste.
Pretty much, yeah. They just go in, and it's like, enter character name here. But it's still really good. But what I played that's newish is the Octopath Traveler demo.
Oh, I've played. Okay, now have they added more?
I don't know. They just re-released it on the Switch.
I was gonna say the last time I saw there were only 2 paths that were
You
available.
can play all the paths. Right now, you can play all the starter characters for 3 hours, so you can only do the starter area. But let me tell you, like I heard about this game when they first announced it. And I was like, oh, cool, a new Final Fantasy-esque game from Square Enix. It's gonna be really good. And holy shit, that game is beautiful.
That is nice,
It
isn't
is so gorgeous. Like the artwork is amazing. The voice acting is. I only played the thief character, but the voice acting's super nice. The writing's really good. The gameplay feels really good. I like the old school pixel characters on this really beautifully rendered 3D, somewhat like 2D and a half. Mm-hmm. It's just, God, it's so good. I'm really super excited for that game now.
Oh man, that stuff is tight.
Yeah. So. If you have a Switch, go ahead and get on the store. It's like on there right now. You should get it and play
get
it.
the demo. I'll probably buy the game when it comes out.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I played the hero or gosh.
He's the
He's
warrior dude.
The warrior dude, the fallen warrior who's now just a mercenary.
Out in the village, yeah.
Yeah, I played that. That was a while back when I played that. Back when there was only 2 paths available.
Yeah.
And I got my butt kicked at the end of that demo.
I didn't get to the end because I don't know why. I think I had to go back to work, but
Stupid work.
Man, there's so much about that game. Like the thief character, you can steal from people. So you just walk up to them and you're like, steal, and it'll bring up a menu of what they have that you can steal, and then it'll say the percentage you can steal. And in the demo, I don't know if it's just because it's a starter area, but it's like 100% for everybody. So I'm stealing everything. Like my dude was just locked and loaded for the next area. But the combat feels really good. It feels very, like the old school. The everything looks so good. It's so good, so beautiful.
It has a touch of Bravely Default in it, just because you defend and you can double, triple, quadruple up your attacks on bad guys. So it's really nice. I like Bravely Default. I never played the second one.
I didn't either.
I never got to finish the first one either.
Same.
So.
I got really far into it, and then I was like, I'm just gonna stop. I just abandoned my 3DS all of a sudden. I don't need you anymore.
Yeah, I got the Switch now. It's good. I hope they make anher Bravely Default.
Oh man, I hope so. Or Nintendo, I know you're listening because you've commented and you've emailed us so much.
Yeah.
But please, please, please bring a lot of these games to the Switch. I will buy them again. I would gladly play Bravely Default again.
Yeah. So Octopath Traveler, that's definitely on my list of two buys for sure. Just because.
Mine too.
Yeah, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken, isn't it supposed to be like 8 total different stories?
It's eight total stories.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, you first.
I just
came in, so
I was just saying I'm wondering how they're going to intertwine with each other if they do at all. I mean, I'm sure they will.
I mean, you've got to cross paths with somebody somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, if you're saving the world, you're going to run into these other characters. But I'm
Squaresoft.
Go ahead.
Squaresoft had a game for Super Nintendo a long time ago called Live Alive or Live Alive. And it was a lot similar to the idea that Octopath is like, because there's a lot of different characters that you can play as.
Yeah.
And eventually they intertwine with each other. And I think that's what they were doing with this. They're like, let's bring that genre back to life of this like multiple storylines thing.
Yeah.
And there's another game like that, but I don't remember the name of it. It was.
I'm just the first time I played it, I was just blown away by how gorgeous it was.
Oh yeah, nice rendering, nice shading, everything, all the polys.
Yeah, the artwork is just even like the stationary artwork, like the character artwork where you're reading about who they are. It's just like, damn, they went all out for this game.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a much smaller game back when the demo came out. I was like, okay, this will probably be pretty small, but it's kind of blown up.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm stoked, man. Matter of fact, when we finish up here, I'm probably gonna play it some more.
Yeah.
I just want to play the whole starter area.
I want to watch you play.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Cool.
So that's all I've been playing. I mean, Rocket League in between.
Oh, of course,
but,
Rocket League.
400. I'm getting up to 400 hours.
How about Pokemon Quest? How's that going?
I have not touched that game since I talked about it last.
Pokemon trash.
I am so proud of you.
It's not a good game.
I never thought it was, but I'm proud that you've given up on it.
That's not a game that I'm into at all. Like, I mean, here's the thing. Like, it's a very good game if you don't like playing video games. Because you don't have to do anything. You're like, ooh, collecting stuff. Boom. If you love collecting stuff, Pokemon Quest is your jam. Because they give you your little camp. Shitloads of Pokemon is running around. You're like, neat, look at that. I got all these starter Pokemon that haven't evolved because I don't play this game.
Everybody sing the Pokemon song right now, and I don't remember it.
I wanna be the very
That ain't the
best.
Pokemon song.
It is. It's the Pokemon theme song.
No, I'm talking about the one
That's
where
the
they
one I was
sing,
thinking of.
where they sing
The
all
Pokemon,
the
the
Pokemon.
Poke Rap.
Yeah, the Poke Rap.
Jesus.
Anybody remember the
God.
Poke
I'm not-
Rap?
I
don't know that.
I'm not
I know
Eminem.
what it is. I can't sing it though.
All I can think of right now, at the top of my head, for some reason, was Blitzball, and I'm like, that's not Pokemon.
The one thing I remember from it, from that song, like off the top of my head, is the fan remake of it. After they kept the song going after the original 150 Pokemon, and the song was like 4 hours long.
Oh my God.
And they're like, oh God, there's so many Pokemon. Yeah.
9 Eevees! God! Actually, there's more now.
Are there really?
Yes.
That's oh my god. See, I used to love
There's
Eevee
tons.
because Eevee had my 3 favorite evolutions.
Yeah.
They were dope, but now it's just
I think there's like 12 now.
yeah, it's like something.
There's a lot.
There's got to be some kind of like cutoff point for one Pokemon's ever. It's like you just feed them
Just
magic
wait.
stones.
wait for there to be like 150 of them, and then there's just the entire like re-renditions of the original Pokemon.
If you feed
Eevee-mon.
if you feed an Eevee a Pikachu, it turns into a Pikachu version of Eevee. It's just
It's
a
a
mouse.
Peevee.
It's a big
A
mouse.
PV2.
It's an amp.
Anyway, no, that game that I was talking about,
Mhm.
Live. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it just says Live or something like that. It was only released in Japan. It was unofficially translated, and then later released on Virtual Console for the Wii U
Oh, neat.
and the new Nintendo 3DS. It apparently had 7 characters
Oh, very
that
cool.
you could play as, and it was and that's what Octopath Traveler reminded me of. So if you check it out, it's just called Live Live. So just check it out. It might be something a lot of old school fans might be interested in.
Awesome.
Nice.
Please bring the Virtual Console to the Switch.
It's not gonna happen.
They've got it. Come on. They've got to bring
No,
some. It doesn't
they
have
don't
to be,
have to.
I know they don't have to, but I mean, it's just like free money. They're like, leave that on the table. We don't want this money.
They don't know because
'Cause-
people are gonna complain about the fact that they gotta buy all the games again.
I
The
won't.
thing that was annoying with the first Virtual Console on Wii is that it was console based. They didn't have an account, so all those games
Yeah.
that you bought
Oh,
on your
yeah,
Nintendo Wii, they're gone.
Yeah. Unless you transferred them over to your Wii U,
Yeah,
and then
which-
now it resides on a memory card on your Wii U. That's creepy. The fact that everything that you have on your Wii U is now, or on your Wii from your Wii is now on your Wii U, just on your memory card.
Weird.
Like, I think I have Homestar Runner's cool game, Strong Bed's game for cool guys. I think
Cool and
I
attractive.
think
Strong Bad's game for cool and attractive people.
yes, I have that.
Homestar Runner game for
Yeah.
the Wii?
It was
Oh,
it was a point and click adventure.
Yes, it was a point and
With
click
Strong
adventure
Bad.
game.
like Peasant Quest?
Yes.
Ah, I miss Peasant Quest.
You can
I think it was a
actually
Telltale game, wasn't it?
It was a Telltale game. You can actually buy. I think you
Wow.
can actually buy it through Telltale's website.
That's
now
actually
still.
very cool.
Oh, that is very cool.
It was.
That's an icon of internet history right there.
It really
yeah,
is.
there's no lie about that.
Yeah.
I
And they
can't-
made a Strong Bad game.
And if you've never seen Homestar Runner, it's still up.
They're
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
uploading too.
Are they really?
They started uploading
Oh,
again.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
I just-
'Cause
I-
I know that they stopped for a while, and
Oh,
then all of
yeah.
a sudden it was just like, we're back. I follow Strong Bad on Twitter.
very cool.
Well, the bad thing is there's not really their audience is just gone.
Yeah, we're all adults
Or
now.
all 30 plus years old. So,
Guys.
I still just when I'm alone, still quote just you remember they had the trailer for the thing, and it's like it's homestarrunner.net. It's .com. It's .com. So I'll just say it's .com. Just randomly.
I
Dot
literally just
com.
typed that into my URL. I was like, was it .net or .com? It's .com. So I just went to their website. They have a Trogdor board game coming late summer to Kickstarter.
What?
Awesome. Another thing I get to
co-op-
back on Kickstarter.
A cooperative board game of Burning Nation, Majesty, and Consummate V's.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh, there it is.
Yeah.
They're putting all their tunes on YouTube now too.
Very cool.
Yep.
I know Michael still quotes Homestar at me. Every time he says something, he's like,
Yeah.
I doubt it. I
You're
drove.
probably white.
Yeah, you're probably white.
Oh my god, what a great web series.
No kidding, man.
Like-
that was such a great thing
Yeah.
back in the day.
My mom actually knew the guy who created it.
What?
Huh?
Yeah, I think she went to, I want to say it was college with the guy or something like that. She somehow knows the guy who created it, but not in a sense that he would be like, "Oh yeah, I know her." Just like she met him, she knew him,
Yeah.
she lived part of her life associated with him, and then they moved. Yeah,
We're just
paths diverged.
You know, they went on they went on to Nickelodeon for a while.
I heard about that,
Well,
yeah.
They're responsible for Yo Gabba Gabba.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I remember that.
The Homestar Runner people.
Yeah.
Yes, the Brothers Chap.
That somehow makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. That is Yo Gabba Gabba is what they were responsible for Nickelodeon. It's amazing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All I can imagine right now is that guy walking by with the boombox and the Cowboy Bebop song. Dun, dun,
You're welcome.
dun.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun.
That's all I can think about now, and that's very, very inside joke.
That is a very, very old YouTube poop that I made long time ago. In fact, I never showed that. There's some very few people that have
It's
ever
still
seen
there.
that. Oh yeah, it's still there.
there.
I have not gotten rid of it, mainly because I enjoy it.
For you young kids, YouTube poop was a weird time for YouTube.
Yes, spaghetti.
I may have to post a link in the
Yeah.
Discord for folks to go see that, just because if you've never seen it before, and odds are you never have seen it because it's on my personal YouTube channel. But I uploaded that 9 years ago.
Holy crap.
Wow.
So, speaking of the Discord, if you guys want to join our Discord, you can follow us on Twitter at VGBits. And then the rest of us have things under our names and above our faces.
Yeah.
Yay!
Follow us, hang out, chat. We love talking to people.
Yes.
Here. I'm going to post this in the mod chat for now.
You guys don't get it.
Just for now, just so Cody can see.
We'll share. Cody's like, my name's right here.
Everybody follow everybody because we're important.
Everybody.
Everybody. Ah!
Sorry, I went to the homestarrunner.com and was clicking through the different home pages, and then I forgot that he says stuff when you mouse over the buttons.
Yeah, like
So I was just
know.
assaulted with
Games.
Used to be my favorite part. Just that's a good time.
Oh, what was Hamsar's line? Well, the Hamstar. Man, we're sidetracking hard on this.
We are.
Hamsar's.
I love Homestar Runner.
Hamsar's home screen. Every time you would float over something, he would do weird stuff. I can't remember. I think he said
Is
on the song
Homestar the
first.
anime version one?
No, Hamsar is the dumb version of Homestar Runner.
Which is shocking on its own. It's an extremely dumb version of Homestar.
He's like the messed up version. He's like drawn crooked and all sorts of things. His little H is broken off or weird.
Oh, that might be.
He
I think it
talked
was
like,
just on that one.
I'm a song from the 60s.
Anyway,
Anyway, that's what we've been playing and what we've been doing, and obviously sidetracking about Homestar Runner because Homestar Runner was part of our childhood growing up.
I think we were teenagers.
Okay, part of our teenage years.
Well, mostly adults by then.
Yeah, true. Just
I mean,
2000.
I got
That was
super-
2000.
That's yeah.
Super hard sidetracked.
That's okay.
I remember spending countless hours on this website.
It's so good.
Holy crap, that was 18 years ago.
Yeah.
That's frightening.
Yeah.
That
Terrifying.
memory could drive a car now.
Now we're gonna
Among
move
other
on.
things.
We're gonna move on to the news because otherwise we'll reminisce about Homestar Runner until past 10 o'clock tonight. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about the news now. The news this week is all about E3 and all about the press conferences. We've hinted at it earlier on with Microsoft coming in hard in E3 with 50 games, 37 new titles, 13 exclusives. They brought the heat.
It's a
They
lot
did.
of games.
I'm gonna start.
Go ahead, Michael.
That way, I'm gonna quickly go through my list, and just like some of these, I'll just quickly mention, and then there's a little something after that's not E3 related. So, okay, so EA had their conference first,
Right.
and they showed, of course, Battlefield 5 with Royale mode.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah,
Which-
I forgot about
yeah.
that.
Yeah. The two things that I was most interested in that I wrote down, besides that, were Unravel 2.
There's
Which,
the blue one
uh,
now.
Yeah, they had Unravel come out a while back, and I remember the first time the creator came out, and he was really shaky and nervous on stage, and it was really charming, I thought, because he was in front of a bunch of people, and you could tell he's really invested in this character and his story and stuff. And I love that. I love seeing genuine, passion for your game like that. Anyway, they announced Unravel 2, and then immediately after the show, they were like, "Guess what? It's out. Go buy it now." And
I didn't realize it was already
that's-
out.
that was the really cool thing, because they were like, "Here, look, Unravel 2. Look at what we got. There's a co-op mode in this one. You can work with your little blue buddy." And they're like, also, it's out. Go buy it." And then I was like, "Oh, that was sweet. That was a really good conference for that."
Trying to pull a Bethesda. I said it
Yeah.
right.
Job,
And
I'm
the
proud
other
of you.
game, the other game on EA that I found interesting, which there's not much known about the game yet, except the lady that came on stage, she also seemed genuinely passionate about her game. She was talking about how the game is about sadness and overcoming that and trying to find strength in yourself and all that. And it's a game called Sea of Solitude, apparently, where you play as this girl who is a monster, and you're trying to turn back into a human girl or something like that. And from the gameplay, it looked really interesting. I like the art style of it. It looked cool. So Battlefield 5 with Royale, which I'm not at all interested in, Unravel 2, and Sea of Solitude. Those were the only things that I wrote down for EA.
Sea of Solitude.
Yeah.
Arr, more pirate
Okay.
adventures. I
So
think.
Microsoft
They
came
started.
in.
Uh-huh.
Microsoft Xbox came in with theirs, and
Doors
like
off it.
Daniel said, they killed it with like 50 games.
And
showing at
a
their-
lot of the games I'm sitting there going, I won't play that.
Well, I mean, we're not their target audience anymore.
No, I mean, I was saying I want
Oh,
to
you
play
want to
that.
play that.
They had a lot of games there that I was like,
a lot
I
of
gotta
good
play this.
announcements during Microsoft's show. These are the things that I wrote down that I noticed. First of all, Shadows Die Twice,
Oh, yeah.
which they teased previously. They finally showed gameplay, and it's a game from Software, and it looks like kind of like that game Neo. Koei made Neo, which was a very Dark Souls-ish type game.
Yeah.
But apparently, this game Shadows Die Twice is from Software's reaction to that.
Yeah, it is it is Dark Souls with ninjas.
Interesting. It looks
So-
good.
Is this that game that we had that teaser for a while back with like a weird bone and guts and
Yep.
like
Yes.
spindle or
Yeah.
whatever?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it ended up being this guy's arm, because his arm got cut off,
Holy
and his arm can turn into like a shield and an axe, and it can use it as a grappling hook and stuff. It looks really cool. The game looks.
Oh, this is the Sekiro game.
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize those were the same thing.
What were you gonna say, Daniel?
I was gonna say I completely forgot about that. We had talked about this on the podcast previously,
Yeah.
back when the
Yeah,
teaser came
the
out.
First podcast I was on.
Yeah. Wow. Holy cow.
So
Bring it
now
back.
now they finally showed what the game
Circle.
is and what it's about. Another game that they showed that I'm super interested in is Ori and the Will of the Wisps. That game looks amazing. I loved Ori and the Blind Forest. I cannot wait for this second one. And they showed a lot more gameplay and a lot more with that in this show as well. What they actually started out with, though, was they showed like this big world, and it was basically a CG trailer, and it zooms out, like you see these soldiers walking along a creek, and it zooms out, and then you see Master Chief holding his helmet,
Yeah.
and it's a trailer for Halo Infinite,
Which, by the way, is Halo 6.
which, by the way, is supposedly Halo 6. Like, then it shows Master Chief, and then the camera pans over, and then you see the halo like stretching up into the sky, and it looked cool. If it's Halo 6, great.
It
But
is.
I heard a lot of rumors from people saying, it looked big. The way they were showing the CG trailer with like the cars and all the soldiers walking around, they were saying it's going to be Halo Battle Royale.
Actually,
I was like, no.
Actually, from what I've been hearing lately, is one, it is Halo 6, and two, this is supposed to be a jumping off platform for Halo into kind of a newer genre, kind of like Destiny.
Oh.
I don't know if that. fits Halo, though.
I know it's a little bit of something like that. It's gonna be from also what I've heard, this is gonna be open world esque as well. So
Can we just be honest and say that Halo hasn't been Halo since after Reach?
yeah, I agree 100% with that, man.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah.
a different studio doing it now?
Yeah, well, 343 is doing it.
Yeah,
Bungie Bungie did all the way to Reach,
Right.
and then they went on to do Destiny.
Yeah.
The thing is that Bungie went all the way up to Reach, and then supposedly the members of Bungie that were mainly working on Halo then left to form their own studio, 343 Industries, to continue Halo while Bungie was basically bought out by Activision.
Yep.
To do Destiny. So, which is, yeah. Anyway, so 343 Industries is supposed to be the original crew that had been working on Halo for the most part, doing these newer games. But somewhere along the way, they lost someone or something, because it went from being a story told by the game to a story kind of half partially told by the game, and the rest is all you got to read the books and look other things up and play a bunch of other stuff. And
Got to read the
I don't
little
know.
terminals and get all the backstory and things of that nature. Yeah, it got weird.
yeah, when the terminals, the hidden Easter eggs and secrets become the main story, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Because like Halo 3 had the terminals, and you could find out some back lore about like Forerunners and the Covenant and what had been going on, but the main story was not too intermixed with that. If there was something from the backstory brought into the main game, it was like, hey, here's an explanation for it. This is why it's here. Then comes Halo 4, and they're like, the Didact. And you're like, okay, who's the Didact? He's the Didact. And the librarian. It's like, who's the librarian? She's dead.
All right, then moving on from this arc.
Game over. Next game.
You just kind of slap the player in the face. Librarian.
And guess what? Cortana, she's going rampant. She's gone. And it's like, I mean, I kind of saw that coming, but like, what next?
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe it'll be good. We don't know.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
But that's what they announced.
I still haven't played 5, and I watched the trailer, and honestly, to me, even the texture of the Spartan's armor looks terrible. It looked really flat.
5 is a little different. I didn't play it much. I
Or
like
they looked like football players, but the graphics were good. But this is just, I don't know.
this is what I miss the most about Halo is in the multiplayer. There used to be a game called Infection, and they've modified it to mutation things in nature, but everybody was Master Chief, more or less. There were green Master Chiefs and red Master Chiefs. Red Master Chiefs had shotguns, green Master Chiefs had swords. It was shotguns versus swords, and it was the sword's job to turn all the shotguns into swords, more or less. It was the greatest game ever. I played the crap out of it for as long as I could until there was no more.
Mm-hmm.
It was so much fun. Everybody would get pissed off playing that, and then they quit, and then we turn around and find more people to get pissed off about. I miss Infection.
I miss playing that in Halo 2.
This is best in Reach, in my opinion.
4 was interesting, only because I know that they kind of switched some things up, and they kind of added a little bit more like actual flood infection to the people, which I thought was cool.
Well,
but I still felt it held the essence of the Infection game.
Well, they were all Flood. You were playing as Flood, and everybody was a Spartan. And I'm just like, no, I just want the two-tone color. It's just old school me. Anyway, Michael, sorry, we digressed on that.
We do that. We're very good at it.
Very, very good.
All right.
I'm passionate
I was just
about
saying,
my Halo.
Halo Infinite was announced. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be shit.
I kind of hope it comes out for PC. I'll probably buy it if it comes out for PC.
It should. With the
It
way Microsoft is doing things now with the cross-platform, it should.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, so the next game they showed. Now I haven't done like super detailed, like deep research into like most of these games. So all I know is just like the trailer that they showed. This was just a quick, like cinematic trailer of Sea of Thieves for 2 expansions. One called Cursed Sails, and the other one called Forsaken Shores.
You doing that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
it's yeah.
more
By the way,
more
we need to go
adventure.
do the Thrones soon.
Yes. So they showed that. So there's 2 expansions coming out for Sea of Thieves.
Very
Cursed Sails,
eagerly
Forsaken
awaiting
Shores.
that.
Wait, the throne. They already sent an update. What you talking about?
Do what?
What you talking about?
Oh yeah, the Thrones. So after the Hungering Deep was its own small event for a temporary time to
right.
do the quest to go do that. I think you can still get the drum and the megalophone or whatever. But you can no longer get the figurehead and I think it's the scars.
Scars, yeah.
But after that, they have now, with their most recent update, there are skeleton thrones, skeleton king thrones that you can go and find. And when you find them all, I think you get an achievement and you get something else with it. They've introduced a new faction called the Bilge Rats. And now the Megalodons, since the defeat of the Hungering one, there are more Megalodons out in the sea. Some of them are more timid and they'll run away. Some of them are just as fierce as the Hungering one. But there are more of them out there, and they will attack your ship at any time.
Awesome.
Instead of it being a summoned shark, you're out minding your own business, and all of a sudden a fin pops up, and then your boat's getting pushed around, and
Keep bananas.
Keep bananas.
Yes.
You keep bananas, you're good to go.
So at some point, sometime soon, we all need to get together and go and do the Thrones, because I don't know if that's another temporary event or if it's something throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I wasn't able to get in on the stars and the figurehead thing, sadly, but
I missed
hopefully,
as well.
we'll need to plan to try to do the Thrones thing.
Yes.
So moving on from Sea of Thieves, then they showed a trailer for Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Now, I thought, like I mentioned in the previous podcast, how bad the scripted gameplay was that they showed for Anthem. This was bad, and Cody can vouch for that because he watched a little bit of it. The scripted gameplay they showed was horrible. Where these they had a team playing and they're like, oh, like, we need to get you leveled up, Chrissy. Oh, I know, I've been busy. Hey Matt, come over here. I see something. All right, I'm on my way. Wow, look at this rare drop. This will come in handy. It was bad.
There's so much loot.
Awful. There's so much loot. It was terrible. The game itself looks kind of like it would be fun to play with actual friends, but the way they presented that was just awful.
Well, The Division was such a bad game.
All of Ubisoft's games when they come out were just bad games. But they're okay games now.
Yeah.
They have done good at continuing to improve on them after they come out.
But
though.
not The Division. The Division hasn't gotten any better. I'll concede to the other ones that we've discussed, but not The Division.
I never played The Division.
I
honestly don't even see it on the store. Like, they tucked it away. They're like, please don't. Please
because
don't
they're
look at that.
ashamed of it. It's that bad.
Yeah. So now they're showing The Division 2, and they're hoping this will like overshadow the original, probably. After that, then they talked a little bit about Xbox's Game Pass. And from there,
Fallout 4 is available now through Game Pass.
yes, Fallout 4 is available through Game Pass. Yeah, Todd Howard came out and was like, "Hey, guess what? Fallout 4 is on Game Pass." And
Yeah, and check out
left.
Fallout. Here's Fallout 76. It's coming soon. We'll talk to you very
They
soon.
showed a little bit of Fallout 76 as well. Yeah, a trailer.
Do you like dialogue options? No? Great. Here's Fallout 4. God, that game was disappointing. Fun
I
game.
hate this because I wrote down some things, but I don't remember what they were. Because like
You're like, I don't
I
understand
wrote
this.
them down because I thought the podcast was going to happen shortly after. I'll just mention the names of the games, and you can look them up yourself. How about that?
Okay.
This one I have written down that I said it looks interesting. It's called Outer Wilds. So I don't know what I don't remember what it is, but I said it looked interesting. I also have one called The Wind Road. Another game called Ashen. These are all games that I found interesting that I wrote down. And they showed a trailer for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which looks good. I think that looks like it will be a fun
Very
game.
much so.
I have enjoyed a lot of the new Tomb Raider games.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed a lot of those.
Yeah.
I'd say Square Enix has done great with that series.
Top-notch work.
They have.
Yeah.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider looks great. Then I have a cat meowing behind me. Then they started showing a skating game in which the entire chat room started going crazy, going Skate 4, Skate 4, Skate 4.
Yeah.
It's not Skate 4. It's
No.
a game called Session.
Yeah. I think this is supposed to be Skate 4.
Yeah, that's what it looks like they're trying to do.
Yeah.
But it looked decent. Maybe a game that I might try out. Then out of nowhere comes Capcom with Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah,
And
no
that-
kidding.
Looked fucking amazing. I am stoked, hyped as
Oh yeah,
shit
with
about that
Arthas.
game.
That was unbelievable. And they're like, it's DMC 5. I was like, what?
At first, I was like, "Oh no, they're bringing back like that DMC look," because they showed the character with like a haircut.
Yeah, the short
and then
cropped haircut.
And then it shows him revving his sword, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's Nero from Devil May Cry 4." I loved those games, and I'm so glad to see the creator come back and like continuing the actual storyline of Devil May Cry. So I'm super stoked about that. They showed a lot of gameplay too in that. There was a lot of gameplay when they showed that. So Devil May Cry 5 is a big plus for me. Then they showed this cute little like game that looks a lot like Zelda, but with like a little fox.
Tunic.
It's called Tunic, and that
Yeah.
looks really fun.
I like
how
all
that looks.
about that. In fact, I loaded up the website for Tunic right now, and you can on the webpage it's like, do you like secrets? And you can subscribe with your email address. So
Oh yeah, go do that.
I may have to do that
Go do
just
that.
to see what the secrets
I like their
that they
logos.
have.
It is a fantastic looking little game. It looks really good. So go check that out. Support them.
Oh, it's
I
so
think they're doing a
cute.
great job. It looks good. And then again, out of nowhere, comes this game called Jump Force.
Oh my gosh!
Like
That's the name.
It's going through the street, and Frieza from Dragon Ball Z comes out, and then it zooms up and it shows Naruto sitting on top of a building.
What?
And then the character, what's his name?
Luffy.
From One Piece.
Luffy
Luffy.
the monkey.
comes in out of nowhere, and then Goku walks in, and you're like, and everybody's brains just exploded in the theater.
Yeah,
It's
Super
like,
Smash
what is
Anime
this?
Brothers.
They're-
It looks like a
Yeah.
Champion of All Fighters type game.
that's
like
okay. This is essentially
Hasbro.
it's Shonen Jump Smash Brothers.
Shonen
Awesome.
Jump Smash
Awesome.
Brothers. That's
That
what
is
it yeah.
exactly what this is.
I
And
feel,
it's called
I feel like
Jump
I've seen
Force. I was thinking like what like I knew what it was when they were showing the trailer. I was like, okay, this looks like a Shonen Jump Smash Brothers type game. What are they gonna call it? Jump Force. And I'm like,
Whatever.
that. Okay.
Okay.
You ever want to see Naruto and Luffy the monkey fight? There you go. Here they go.
There
It's
you
a
go.
fight.
Anyway, Jump Force came out of nowhere and was just like, what? So that looked interesting. It was just a CG trailer.
Right.
There was no
Tunic
gameplay. or
does look
anything.
good.
Yeah, it does.
That's a game I'm gonna
Um,
buy. I want Tunic.
And then they showed a lot of Dying Light 2, which they said apparently the entire world will change based on your decisions. Like they're really
Mhm.
committed to saying that the world and everything's going to change based on what your decisions are. Like,
Boy, I feel like we've
Like
heard
if
that a
you-
bunch of times before.
yeah, I know, right? But they actually showed like gameplay of how the city will change in looks and the people walking around based on what you do.
We'll see. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Dying Light's a fun game.
It
a
was.
I
fun
mean,
game.
if you've ever wanted to feel what it'd be like to hit someone in the face with a sledgehammer, that's a great game to do it. It's a very visceral game.
Yeah, it was a definite improvement over Dead Island.
Oh man,
Yes.
what a horrible! God, that game was exciting. I was so excited. I played it, and I was like, "Boy, this is a letdown."
That game was awful. Me and my wife played through the entirety of Dead Island,
Wow.
and it was awful.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'll never forget like how stiff their upper bodies were, but their legs would go whenever they jumped. It was hilarious. Okay, so Dying Light 2 showed, and then again out of left field, Battletoads remake.
Oh, I am so stoked.
A remake of the original Battletoads, like on Xbox, and it looks it. I don't think there was any gameplay. It just was like some hilarious one-liners
Yeah,
from like the Toads,
yeah, it's
and then it showed the logo Battletoads, and it's like, huh? So
I'm
that
stoked.
might be cool.
It's Battletoads, man.
I mean,
How can you
it's
not
from
be
our-
excited about
no.
that?
No, I'm excited too. It's from me and Daniel and Curtis.
Yeah.
Like it was. Oh god, that game. I hated playing multiplayer.
Oh god.
Damn that tube. That tube was the worst thing on multiplayer.
Kick sweep, smash fall. Whoops, sorry. There was friendly fire was on all the time in that game.
It was.
Did
It
you
was.
did you know there was a warp zone at the very beginning of level 1?
There was what?
A warp zone.
Oh yeah, I do know about it.
I found that out and I was like, you son of a... Takes you right to the tunnels and I'm like, shit.
I never played it.
I've never
Well-
played. I don't think I've ever played Battletoads.
Oh,
You guys are
come-
too young.
What?
So now's your chance.
Have, hey,
Now's your
okay.
chance.
I was playing The Lion King.
Have
Super
y'all
NES.
ever, Michael? Have you played you've probably played the arcade version of Battletoads, right?
I have. Yes.
That's a good one too.
Yes. It is. That was good.
You could actually play.
Maybe that's what this
as-
one will be.
You could play as Pimple in the arcade version
Oh yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
wanna
The guy,
play
the
Pimple.
brother that was captured.
on
in
the
the-
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So Battletoads.
I'm
came out of
excited.
nowhere, and I'm excited for that. So then Square Enix comes in and shows off Just Cause 4, which
Awesome.
looks good. You know, because Just Cause has always been a great series.
Never played that either.
Well, you never played Just Cause?
Nope.
That's a great game for blowing up stuff. Like, it's a
It
lot of
is.
fun.
Attaching rocket
Yeah, it's-
boosters to cows.
yeah, it just
Just
going
random
out,
people.
and not even doing the story mode, just flying around doing. Yeah, it's fun.
The only reason you do the story mode is to unlock more stuff.
Yeah, so you can fly
Yeah,
around.
It's
exactly.
like, hurry up, Rico. I don't care about this dialogue. I got stuff to blow up.
Then we're coming to the end of the Microsoft show. They come out and they're like, "We have an announcement that'll excite a bunch of you." And then they show the Gears of War logo, and everybody's like, "Yeah!" And then
Gears
little
5!
then little Funko Pop characters come out of the wall, and you hear the audience going, "Yeah!" and it's little Funko Pop. It says Gears of War characters coming to Funko Pop character, little figures soon, and everybody was like, "Yeah."
I just imagine the Funko Pop executives like, all right, fuck you guys too.
And then that guy comes out smiling really big, like he had a big old smile on his face when he came out, like he knew he was trolling everybody, and he goes, "All right, guess what? We're working on a new Gears game, Gears Tactics," and everybody's like, "Yeah!"
A shitty roller coaster.
And it's like, and everybody in the theater was like, "You're bringing me on a roller coaster ride, dude. Come on, what are you doing?" And they're like, "Gears Tactics coming soon," and they're like, "And Gears 5, boom!" And then the trailer shows up, and everybody's like, "Yeah!"
That trailer for Gears 5 was pretty sick.
Yeah.
And then the
Yes, it
trailer was
was.
actually pretty sick. Like it's funny because they're like, "We have an announcement, Funko Pop," and he comes out smiling real big, and he's like, "Gears Tactics," and they're like, everybody's just like, "What the fuck is this?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, also Gears 5." And then that's when everybody's like, "What? Holy shit!" So yeah, Gears of War 5 was announced. Everybody's excited. The trailer, the cinematic trailer that they showed for that looked awesome. I can't wait for that because I love Gears of War as well.
Story looks really good.
I love the games. Like I
Yeah.
played the I beat the first one, played most of the way through the second one, and then just left the series.
I think Michael, we played Was it the first one or the second one through? The first one. Yeah, we played the first one. We also
played the first one.
Yeah, we did that, and we also did Resident Evil 5 co-op. We played it all the way.
Yes.
through. Oh man,
Yeah.
that was so good too.
Yeah. Then they were like, okay, well, thank you for coming by for the Microsoft show, and we hope to see you guys again next year. And then everything like hacked. It looked like the whole screen got hacked and the whole place got hacked. And they showed a game, Cyberpunk 2077.
I can't wait for that.
Oh my god, that game looks so good.
It looks like it'll be pretty interesting.
My friend Wolf told me about that game before I'd ever heard anything about it, and I looked up the trailer before E3. I was like, yeah, that does look pretty good. And I heard they did more. I was like, yes,
yeah.
Oh
like
man.
the whole screen goes, the whole like theater went red, and it's like hack.exe show trailer for E3 2018, and it was like everybody was like, oh, everybody knew what it was, you know. And then
man.
Cyberpunk 2077 came up, and it showed all this. It looked pretty cool.
They talked about the specs that they were running the game on in pardon me. At the afterwards, after E3, that was running on a 1080 Ti. Like a full decked out PC to be able to get that level. Yeah. So that's terrifying.
Well, I mean, by the time the game comes out, we'll be moving on to the next series of video cards.
Yeah, by the time the game comes out, hopefully they'll optimize it so it's like minimum requirements Windows 95.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a 1080 in this one right here, so I can cover that. But, the games are getting so prettier now. But it's getting so expensive just to try to keep up with it.
Especially because everything has skyrocketed in price lately with graphics cards and RAM.
Well, thankfully, that stuff is coming back down now. Because I believe video cards are back to their MSRP, which is like a breath of fresh air right now.
It's like, what? I can actually pay normal price?
Yeah. But, I mean, RAM's, I think, is still pretty high.
RAM is ungodly expensive.
Yeah. But, I mean, video cards going down is nice.
Yeah.
Well, why did RAM go up? Do we know?
Because they changed the way crypto mining works. Instead of using proof of... was it proof of work? I forget. But there's one way that they were doing it with video cards, and they now new cryptocurrency does it a different way that uses RAM and CPU, I believe. I'm talking out of my ass, but I believe that's what I remember. But it doesn't use
you're
video
right.
cards anymore.
Yeah, it's because now there's new video cards that are coming out that are more geared towards that level of what they're looking for now. Yeah. It's specifically for, I mean, they're loading it up, and it's like 32 gig video cards that are absolutely crap when it comes to displaying video games.
Yeah.
But
I can do math real good.
Yeah. If you're looking for something to crunch some numbers, this is what you use.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Ridiculous.
Okay.
Speaking of PCs. I didn't catch the PC gaming show. Like, I only caught like one game from it. And it's on Steam. And I thought it was interesting. It's called Star Control. It looks like do you remember that old game Ascendancy?
Yes.
Daniel?
Oh yeah.
I think it's kind of like that.
Ooh.
Is what it reminds me of, because it's got little like different races and stuff that you can talk to and do diplomacy with and stuff like that. That's the only thing I caught from the PC gaming show. Then comes let's see. Bethesda had their show, and of course they showed Fallout 76.
Yay!
Which is
I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's completely online.
I'm gonna play it.
It's completely online.
Look, I played Pokemon Quest. I have to give Fallout 76 a chance.
They explained some of the features that it would have, like if you could. It's not going to be like a massive server. There'll be like dozens of other people in the server because it's an apocalypse. You know, there's not going to be hundreds or thousands of people. They said they're going to put little places. If you have like codes, you can work with other people to use the codes to get at this nuclear launch site and launch nukes at areas of the map or something. And I don't know. There's some cool ideas, but at the same time, it's not, as Todd Howard explained it, softcore survival.
I like the idea of you're rebuilding society. Here's nukes to blow it up.
No.
I don't know. It doesn't catch my interest.
Yeah.
The trailer itself, and you take what you can from a trailer, but the trailer itself just felt empty. Like watching the gameplay, the only cool thing, in my honest opinion, was the mutated sloth.
Yeah.
I guess I have to address the beginning of their Bethesda show, the very cringy Rage 2 show that they had, where they were like, this really tall guy standing next to this guy, and they were just really quiet for a long period of time. And he's just like, and then the crowd starts like, yeah.
Oh no, it's a Jeb Bush please clap thing.
Oh,
please clap.
Yeah, please clap. But yeah, they showed Rage 2, which I'm interested in. I liked the original Rage. Rage 2 might be good. They showed Doom Eternal. The Doom
the new Doom,
sequel, which it was just a quick CG intro, but Hell on Earth now. That looks cool.
Yeah, did look pretty cool.
Let's see. Okay, so yeah, they showed some of those. They talked about Prey, the new game mode in the Prey, that like it constantly changes every time you play. Like it's a procedurally generated try to escape mode or
That's
something.
That's pretty cool.
And that looks pretty cool. Then, like you said, Todd Howard came out, and he goes, "I know what everybody's wanting to know about. What is Skyrim coming on next?" And they showed this hilarious trailer of Skyrim on the Alexa device.
not far from it.
Yeah, and he's like, it was pretty funny because he's all like, "Alexa, play Skyrim," and she's like, "You were level 57. There was a mountain in front of you," and he sits there and he thinks and he goes, "Climb it." It was a pretty funny trailer. I'll have to show you guys if you hadn't seen it. Like one, it's like there's a dragon attacking you. You're down to 7 health, and he's like, "Oh, drink a health potion. You're out of health potions. How many wheels of cheese do I have left? You have 427 wheels of cheese in your inventory. Eat all the cheese. Eat all the cheese." It was pretty good. It was a pretty funny trailer. Then they were like, "Oh yeah, now also Skyrim coming to your Etch-a-Sketch and Skyrim coming to your Motorola pager and stuff."
God.
Coming to your Motorola Razr.
And also coming to your Samsung refrigerator monitor.
That would surprise me.
It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. And then, I had the trailer and Todd Howard said, had to do it. And he goes, "Oh no." And then he talked about Fallout 76, which we already went over. And then after that, he mentioned, he was like, he said, Fallout Shelter, that mobile game, is coming to the Nintendo Switch for free. So that's out on the Nintendo Switch now. And then he was like, whenever we came up with Fallout Shelter, we were thinking of other mobile games that would be great. And everybody was like, "Come on, new Elder Scrolls game. And he's like, "Guess what? Elder Scrolls on mobile. It's called Elder Scrolls Blades." And everybody was kind of like, eh?
Everybody thought this is their new Elder Scrolls game.
Again, he says apparently it's a full Elder Scrolls game in its own right. It's got one city and it's got like a dungeon delving roguelike kind of gameplay to it, which reminds me a lot of like Azure Dreams in a way, and or Air Guys, kind of, where it was just one town and then there's a dungeon that you go down and it's randomized, and that sounds cool. And the only thing that saved that game for me, like I was kind of like the entire time I was like, "Oh god, this sounds like horrible horse shit. Why are you even announcing this?" The only thing that saved it is he said it's coming to mobile for free. You can get Elder Scrolls Blades for free, and I was like, okay, that might the one cool feature is that you can play it in portrait mode on your phone, which is kind of cool. So I actually thought that was a neat idea, But yeah, that's what they announced for that.
And
then
he
was like,
not a card game.
It's not a card game.
No.
Yeah, even though they did talk a little bit about that too. They're like, "Oh, guess what? Elder Scrolls card game has a new expansion coming. Yay."
Huh.
Maybe there was a card game.
This is
everybody has a card game
they were
now.
showing gameplay where you swipe along the screen and the sword swipes in whatever direction you swipe in, and you fight in a dungeon, and it's a roguelike. And like I said, the only thing that saved that for me was that it's going to be a free.
Yeah.
I'll play that. I'll play that for
out.
like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never pick it up again.
Might play that a couple of times and be like, all right, well, that was good.
Yeah. Then they were like, we're coming up with we were coming up with a lot of ideas, and guess what? We have a completely brand new IP from Bethesda Studios called something. It's a space game. What was it called?
Oh, no idea.
I lost my train of thought.
Starfield?
Starfield. That's what it's called. Again, it was just a CG trailer showing space and a planet, and it shows this like space station, and then like a black hole goes sucks everything in, and then it goes Starfield. And
Awesome.
that's it.
I need more space
like,
games.
We're working on a space game, a space IP. So I don't know what it is. There's nothing about it, just that it's a new IP from Bethesda Studios.
To be determined.
Yeah, basically.
Give us another freelancer.
And then Todd Howard is like, I know everybody, like, this is Todd Howard's response. He knows everybody in the theater was like, where's our Elder Scrolls? And he goes, yeah, we're working on the next game after Starfield 2. And then you're like, Elder Scrolls 6, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and it ends. It just shows like its title screen, and then it ends, and he's like, yeah, we're working on Elder Scrolls 6, so shut up, stop asking. That's basically... It's basically what that was.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls 6 coming in 6 years.
Yeah. Like he was saying, working on Starfield, they don't even have gameplay for that. And he mentions, and we're working on the game after that, Elder Scrolls 6. I guarantee you that was just to keep people quiet.
Oh yeah, it's like it's like, can you use the Elder Scrolls font and make it into a 6 so we can shut some people up?
That's what they did, and there wasn't even like a real orchestra. It was just like a MIDI of the da 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 da, and then it ended. And he was like, "We're working on it. Stop asking us. Shut up."
I've already seen people coming up with theories about what it is.
Yeah, no
like,
kidding.
It's gonna be Hammerfell. I'm like, they just showed a title. Calm down.
It was some generic looking like
rolling
terrain
landscape.
too. Rolling landscape.
Rolling landscape from Skyrim. They just clipped into the air and took a video of the character.
Some generic looking landscape that they scrolled through. Elder Scrolls 6, and it goes black, and then Todd Howard's like, okay, that's all for me. See you guys later, and he walks out.
I did actually watch a video that dove into the cinematic trailer. It was 10 minutes long, far longer than it should have been, but the foundation behind it did seem pretty solid as to why it would be Hammerfell.
Oh, see.
That's cool. That's cool.
I'm just attacking people.
Yeah.
All right.
It could possibly be Hammerfell.
I gotta get going real soon here, so I'm gonna finish up my news, if that's okay.
That's okay. You are the news this week.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you pretty much covered everything.
All right, Sony show. They started off with The Last of Us 2, which it looked pretty cool, but it's not something I'm like super like crazy over. It's just The Last of Us 2.
Sony did about as good as I thought they were gonna do. They went meh.
Yeah.
The games that I found interesting were Last of Us 2. This game they showed called Ghost of Tsushima, which I thought at first was going to be like Onimusha 4 or or something, but it was just a game of its own. It looked really cool. It's like a samurai, or I thought it was going to be like what's that game? Way of the Samurai.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought it was going to be Way of the Samurai 6. But it looks pretty cool, like a little samurai fighting game, and the cinematic of that game looks really cool because like your friend comes in and she like betrays you, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta fight you now," and then like start fighting her under this like cherry blossom tree. All the leaves are falling, and then there's a fire slowly building up and getting closer to you. It looks really cool.
Yeah, it's super gorgeous.
It looked cool. Then again, Capcom comes out of nowhere and is like, "Guess what? Resident Evil 2 remake."
Oh my god, that is so
looks
awesome!
Really fucking good. Yeah, Resident Evil 2 remake. I mean, it's obviously they've been talking about it for years. Like we're remaking Resident Evil 2, and everybody thought it was going to be like maybe like a remaster, sort of like Resident Evil 1 was. But no, this is a complete from the ground up remake of Resident Evil 2 with a over the shoulder third person view, and it looks amazing. And they showed a lot of gameplay too. And it's coming out in January.
The gore level in that game, top notch.
It looks like it's actually like like scary
Yeah,
again. You know,
man.
like back then, you know, when we were kids, it was scary. If you play Resident Evil 2 now, you're just kind of like, haha, you know, this is, you know.
Dude,
But it looks like it's going back.
Can you
It looks
imagine the liquors in this game?
I know they even showed like a little bit of the liquor in the trailer, and I was like,
Shit.
oh my god, I cannot wait to play that
This is
game.
gonna be sick.
So Capcom won for me. Because, you know, Capcom also showed that they have a crossover of Monster Hunter and Final Fantasy 14, which was really
Oh
weird.
yeah.
But yeah. So Resident Evil 2, and then the last thing for Sony that everybody was looking forward to was Death Stranding, which my prediction in the last podcast was that Norman Reedus was going to walk on stage and puke up a baby as it was going, yeah, or something. I wasn't quite on point with that, but they did zoom down the esophagus and showed baby ass.
It should have baby and then just
So it's
look up
flipping
and
over.
it's like,
They showed baby ass, and then the baby flips, and then you see the baby's face, and it does this thing again.
yeah, he goes,
And then it zooms back out, and I was like,
They did show gameplay, which was equally as confusing as anything they've showed so far.
They did show
Did they?
gameplay.
the
They
gameplay
did show
is
gameplay, but it was just walking around with like a giant backpack. And then there was this like one area where he has this light thing going like this, and it basically made everybody have more questions about the game than anything else.
It's like, please, Kojima, please.
Hideo
Something
Kojima's-
concrete.
Like,
Kojima-san, please save us.
Like even Norman Reedus said that he didn't know anything about the game. He just knew that he was voice acting in like the model for the character. He said when he saw the trailer, he was just like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
Boy, that's weird.
This is Kojima. This is Kojima Unleashed, and it is so
It is.
amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, when you played Metal Gear and you had all those really weird like enemies. You're like, that's real weird. But it's
Yeah.
obviously now there's someone now I forget what studio he was.
Konami.
Konami was like, no,
No.
you need to pull it back
Sit
a little
down.
bit.
Yeah, he's like, no, stop, Kojima. No, now he's just like, whee!
Now he's loose.
Yeah.
Now he's loose, running around going, "Wee!"
I can't wait until this game is out. This is gonna be insane.
Just crapping his hand
It's
and
gonna be
flinging it
insane.
around. It's
He's got a backpack with a person like in a body bag sitting on a chair.
yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It's weird. Yeah, then like
It's
for no
dark
reason they had like this scene of him like peeling off a toenail, and I was just like, why? But
I feel like-
that game looks
Kojima.
I'm just imagining the game's gonna be very normal. It's just he's been making all these like really weird, just like videos just to throw people off. It's
You
just
can
gonna be
make
a
that into
very
a meme
normal
now.
game.
Like anytime something weird or crazy happens in our podcast, say, "What's the reason?" Kojima just goes across the street. Anyway,
I'll do
I
that.
like the
Watch
little
out. Here it
robot.
is right there. Kojima.
so that was weird. And then, of course, the last day was Nintendo, and the biggest thing that they showed was Smash Brothers, which everybody was super excited for the fact that every single Smash Brothers character in Smash Brothers history is going to be in this Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Waluigi snub.
Well,
Waluigi is an assist trophy.
I just got to the toenail
Yeah.
peeling part.
Nub.
Everybody freaked out. Did you guys see that? There's a hilarious GIF online, and it shows Master Hand, and then like it zooms out, and they erase the darkness, and it's Waluigi. They say, "Oh, now it all makes sense. Waluigi is Master Hand." It's
Playing
pretty
with this
funny.
Mario stuff.
But yeah, they showed all like they were showing a bunch of characters like Mario, Fox, and then out of nowhere it shows Snake appears, and it's like everyone is here, and everybody was like, "Holy shit!" You know, they bring back every character. Young Link, Pichu, Pokemon Trainer, all of them are making a return. Wolf
Yes.
is making a return. He looks cool. Wolf looks like he got a really cool upgrade. But yeah, all the characters are in Smash Brothers now. Every single one. And then at the very end they announced Ridley for Smash Brothers. He's no longer a meme.
Good
Ridley's in Smash Brothers
Lord.
finally.
yeah.
Why?
They sized him down to about Donkey Kong size, and now you can play as Ridley in Smash Brothers.
You gotta have Ridley. Predictions of characters that they are going to add into this game. I heard there's 6 that are coming. They had a couple of duplicates. Daisy is
Daisy's
is going to be
Echo
added is an Echo of Peach, and I can't remember. I think that was it. And then they announced Ridley. But anybody else got any guesses of who else they're adding?
Oh,
I think they've got to add
nope.
Waluigi.
You think they do it at the last?
Yeah. I think that there's too much hype around it, and Nintendo knows that either they bring it or they never put them in.
There's two characters that there's a lot of hype around. Waluigi, or that people want, that I've heard a lot of people want. There's Waluigi, and the second character is Crystal from Star Fox, because there's only 3 characters in Star Fox in the game right now. But Waluigi and Crystal are both assist trophies.
Well, wasn't Crystal
Smash
in one of
Brothers.
the other older Smash Brothers?
No. They were the only 3 characters that have ever been in Smash Brothers from Star Fox has been Fox, Falco, and Wolf.
Here's mine.
And Wolf was in Melee, yeah.
Here's mine. Master Chief.
Master Chief. He's going to be the next character,
Maybe.
probably.
He's going to be the
Yeah.
next character. It's going to be Master Chief.
I know it won't be anything from Sony because Sony doesn't play with nobody.
No, they don't.
And I just think it's funny that Microsoft and Nintendo are just giving them shit nonstop. Like they had a new commercial come out.
That Minecraft one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's so good.
They're just like survive over here at Microsoft together, Nintendo.
That's why I'm saying Master Chief is going to be your next.
It's very
is gonna be a
possible, yeah.
fighter. You're going to have it. It's going to
Probably.
be freaking awesome too.
Anyway,
then-
that's all for me.
Then you're gonna have Haloids actually become true, right? That CGI thing
Yeah.
that Monty
Oh
Ohm
my
created,
god,
like,
that's
early
true.
2000s.
Yeah. Wow.
You know what? I would like to see that. Master Chief and at least maybe the Arbiter or another Covenant of some kind.
Could you imagine Kirby sucking up Master Chief,
He just
turning
gets
into
a
he
little
just got
bitty
a little
helmet.
stuffed in a helmet? Kirby.
It would just look like Samus. But green.
Right,
I
yeah.
have a prediction on a character that could possibly make it into Smash Brothers at
Okay.
some point in the
Okay.
future.
All right.
Because, Sakurai has a way of getting characters in. Like, whoever expected Cloud Strife to appear in Smash Brothers?
Nobody.
Nobody, right? All right, so here's my prediction. Solaire from Dark Souls. Praise the sun. He's gonna. That would be.
That
awesome.
is-
You, could
you know
dodge
what?
roll like crazy.
No,
with him.
you know what? Maybe so.
It's a possibility.
I mean, who else? I mean, they've got everybody that they had in the past. Who else are you going to
Yeah,
stick in there? You got to
Solaire.
find new people.
Solaire from Dark Souls has to make an appearance.
Is Wario in there?
Wario is in
Wario's
there.
in
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wario's in there.
Wario's in there.
Cool.
You know what? Norman Reedus from Death Stranding. That's who they should bring in.
They should just have the baby. Like Norman
The
Reedus
baby?
comes out, herks up a baby, and then walks off, and the
Oh,
baby fights.
no. That's awful.
It is awful.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for the news. We're going to have to let's end on that because that's good. Right
Sorry,
there.
I kind of overtook there.
No, that's
That's fine.
perfect. That was the perfect regurgitation of E3 that you could ever need right there. That is the condensed version and all of our favorite games that we've talked about. So that brings perfectly into this right here. It's the next segment that we're going to be going into is email. If you have an email that you want read on the VGBit Bitcast, you can send your emails to bitcast@vgbits.com. That's bitcast@vgbits.com. We will read them. Guys, this week we've got an email.
Woo!
Subject line is email. It comes
isn't
from, I know, everybody loves the email. This week it comes from Curtis, who has not been able to join us lately.
We miss you, Curtis.
Hey,
We do miss
hi,
you.
Curtis, I love you.
So, he throws out this email question to us. He goes, so what game are you guys most looking forward to coming up at the end of the year? Personally, I have 3 coming out. Tomb Raider, Red Dead, and Assassin's Creed. Guys, what is your game that's coming out at the end of the year that you are so stoked about?
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Hold on, my
That's
phone.
that's the only one that I'm gonna have to like Google a list.
Well, Tomb Raider is also, Rise of the Tomb Raider is coming out right now. Or not Rise of the Tomb Raider. Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
It's coming at the end of this year, and Red Dead Redemption, as long as it doesn't get delayed, which it'll probably end up getting delayed, is coming out. Fallout 76 is releasing this year.
Right. What? All right. I found a list. I'm scrolling down to June to see what's coming out at the end of June.
Spider-Man with the new web sling.
You know, I'm such a terrible gamer because like I don't look at any of the games that are coming out. I just hear a game came out and I was like, oh, you know what? I want to pick that up. But I really am not sure what's coming out.
No, I gotta go with Red Dead Redemption. I think that's probably the game to buy this year, as long as it comes out this year.
I think that's the only one that I know of that I was actually interested in seeing more about.
Let's see. Here's the major release for the end of the year. You got Smash Brothers December. Just Cause 4 is also December. Pokemon, the Let's Go shitty games. November. Fallout 76 November. Red Dead is October. Battlefield 5 October. Starlink Battle for Atlas October. Call of Duty 4? Yeah, that's 4. That's also October. The new Assassin's Creed, Super Mario Party, and Forza also in October, and then Tomb Raider and Spider-Man, and then sports games.
Sports. I'm excited about the Spider-Man game, but nothing's gonna beat Red Dead this year.
Yeah,
Red Dead's gonna be game of the year.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Nothing like super excites me this year.
Not even Red Dead 2.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be good.
It's
And
gonna be.
I'm gonna
godly,
play it.
man.
I know, but it doesn't get me riled up. I don't know, man.
Oh man, oh man, how can it not get you? How
Okay.
does that game not get your blood pumping?
I don't know, man. I probably will be excited for it when it gets here, but I'm just keeping my I just run real low.
You can't run low on Rockstar, man.
I-
They delivered time after time after time.
I know, but
Even if it's 2 years after their promised date.
but
Hey.
I keep my expectations low on everything, so that when I go in, I'm not disappointed. I'm like, okay, that was cool, that was fun, and everybody's like, this was a travesty to ever happen. I was like, wasn't that bad?
Rockstar has not disappointed
No, not at all.
yet on a game.
Honestly, though, my answer is probably going to be Kingdom Hearts, which comes out January next year.
So not this year, next year.
Yeah, it's technically close to the end of the year, but
We'll give it to you.
One last thing before I gotta go is SGDQ in 3 days.
I'm stoked, but I won't get to watch it.
that's from Thursday, by the way, people. So whenever this goes
That's
up,
from
it might be
the
on
recording.
already.
It's gonna start
Yeah.
Sunday.
Sunday. Okay, there you go. Sunday.
But
Sunday.
anyway, sorry about that.
Sunday, 23rd.
Something. Yeah.
24th.
No, 24th.
24th.
Yeah.
I am excited. I love watching SGDQ.
Yeah.
It's all about the speed.
I'm not into speed running. I'll watch it, but only if it's a game that I'm really into. I like watching the Ocarina of Time speed runs.
Dude,
That's about it.
I was actually talking about speedruns on my stream today. I would probably enjoy watching speedruns of people doing games legitimately without the glitches and crazy things that they do.
That's
Oh,
not speed
man.
running.
They do those
That's
too.
just
They do
plain.
those too.
Yeah, they do that.
They have some that
100%.
are called no glitches or no out of bounds races.
Yeah.
That's what
Right.
they
Okay.
have called.
Those would probably be the ones that I would enjoy watching. As much fun as it is to see how broken you can make a game, like I saw someone speedrun the first Portal game and they just jumped in an elevator and then
Yeah.
we're at the end of the game. I was like, noted.
So that's where that load zone trigger is. Gotcha.
It's like in the first or second elevator. Yep.
Yeah, the runs you want to keep an eye out for are the ones that say no OOB, no out of bounds, or glitchless run. Those will usually have the full run.
Here's what I'll tell you what impressed me the most is they did a Final Fantasy VII speed run.
Oh,
last
wasn't that
year.
7 hours?
7 hours.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Considering
They have
that game is a 60+ hour game,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's pretty nice.
Well,
I tried to watch
looking
most of
through a list of games. I just saw something for something called Arc Extinction.
Oh,
So-
is it a new art game?
I don't know if it's a new Ark game or a new Ark expansion, but supposedly it's rumored for November 6th. And Red Dead Redemption 2, October 26th.
All about that Red Dead.
Yeah. So I might be interested in Ark. I don't know if I'd pick it up immediately, but I might be.
Octopath Traveler, TJ.
Yeah, that comes out
It's July 2018.
next month, yeah. Not far. July 13th, according to this thing that I have.
Yeah, it's only a couple of weeks away.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Oh man, I'm going to be burning some money here in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Surprise! All right, well,
Yeah.
gentlemen, I believe that's going to do it for the podcast this week.
Good job, team.
Thank you so much for joining me
We
as
did it.
always.
Hey, when does that new Firewatch game come out?
What? New Firewatch?
It's not Firewatch, but it's made by the same developers
Campo
with the same
Santo?
premise, and it's
Hold on.
what?
I don't know.
Campo Santo.
Yeah, we talked about it a year ago.
Yeah.
I think for the last E3.
Valley of the Gods.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one.
Shit, that game looks good. Or that I'm remembering that I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, no idea. I think Dan was over
Scheduled for 2019.
there. Awesome.
Ah. I can't say that
2019
I'm playing
release.
anything.
Nope.
We'll talk about it next E3.
Yeah.
Thank you guys
We
for having
remember.
me.
Yeah,
Thanks
man.
for joining us, Michael. We'll see you next time. And we will see all of y'all next time on the Bitcast, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. Bye.
Bye.